I think we've just come off the panel where we addressed whether the GRP was dead, how we might eventually get to some form of consensus outcome or some sort of outcome-based metrics. And it really all comes down to consensus, right? So measurement is a team sport. We, as the measurement house, is really only here to supply the technology, the methodology, and the smarts to serve the industry. But the industry is the one that has to set the rules, which is really the definitions. So, how do you define engagement? How do you define the outcome? And then it's our role really to be able to measure in a way that's appropriate to that definition that the industry has come up with. Now, gaining that consensus is more difficult, perhaps in more complicated environments, particularly as we see, let's call them the publishers versus the broadcasters, which even that definition itself is becoming very, very blurred. But it is just about all saying, what exactly do we want to measure here, and how do we define it? It's not easy. In every single country, even a gross rating point is defined slightly differently. Reach, how you calculate reach, we've got at least 7 or 8 different reach engines around the world, depending on the market. So we've probably got quite a long way to go to come up with a very clear definition of engagement. But at the end of the day, if you've got a buyer a buyer who wants to buy inventory and a seller who wants to sell inventory, it's really about them just agreeing, well, what's the basis of that transaction going to be? And then it's up to us as the measurement house to provide the data against that definition, I think. It is challenging, both from the technology perspective, but I think just getting everybody, very competing interests to sit down in a room and agree. And again, we all sat here this afternoon and we said, attention should be more important. And we all nodded, well, okay, what is attention? And who's going to give up their day job to sit in a room and thrash out exactly what it means when we say attention? But it's a team sport. We all need to take a seat at the table and be involved.